Hi everybody, Martyn at Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying a fantastic wee emerger pattern. It's Roy Christie's reverse parachute. An excellent, very clever, well designed fly. Well worth having in your box, especially if you're a river fisherman. As always, I'll put a materials list in the description, along with a link to the Patreon page for anybody who wants to support the channel. Get access to the monthly fly tying classes, as well as being entered into the giveaways. You can also watch the video to the end, hit the like button, comment, that all helps the channel. So I've got my hook and my vise. This is a size 16 TMCO 200R, but it's the larva style hook, right, the sort of long sweeping bend. Just run on some olive uni in 8/0. And I'm going to tie in my tail first, at the eye. You can use Hackle fibres. I've got a coq de Leon feather sitting on my desk and that's what I'm using. I'm going to just take 4, maybe 5 fibres, and I want them the length of the abdomen. So I'll catch that in like that, and it'll come up. Trim away my waist. Now, I'm going to get a length of nylon. This is 5x or 4.7 pounds. And I've got a good 10 inches, 20 centimetres, 25 centimetres. And I'm going to tie it in back towards the hook eye. It's a bit fiddly at first because of the length of it, but you need to have plenty so you can grip it later. The abdomen is just a kind of rough dubbing. I'm using squirrel and SLF and Antron, blend them all in here, but whatever you like, something rough. And I'm going to dub my abdomen. You just need to pull the nylon out the way as you go, and you need to taper this the opposite way that you're probably used to, right? Usually the front of the fly, or the front of the insect, its head would be near the eye of the hook, so the abdomen's back here, so the thin end's here tapering to the front. But in this fly, we're at the tail, so we're tapering up towards the bend of the hook. We'll stop just about the hook point, maybe slightly, the dubbing stops slightly ahead of the hook point. Now I'll take my nylon and I'm going to rib this abdomen, and I'm going to rib it quite tightly. A good 7 turns up the body, and then tie this off. Nice and tight, nice and secure. I'm going to make a loop with the nylon and make it long enough that you can get your finger in. 3-4 inches of a loop is probably enough, and then I'll just secure that in place, tying towards the bend. And I've still got my long tag end here. I'm going to get some more of the same dubbing. Get it on and just build up the thorax. Now, this is obviously the thickest part of the fly, this side of the loop, and I'll come here and I'll tie in my hackle. Right at the base of the nylon loop. Get that in nice and secure. And then I'm going to whip finish first here on the bare thread. And I'll get a touch more dubbing. I'll put a wee bit of varnish just on the thread there, between the dubbing noodle and the thread, and I'll just take that up. I prefer to use the whip finish tool for this rather than my hands. I just find it goes a bit more smoothly with the dubbing, and I'm going to just use that dubbing up. Try not to catch your nylon loop. On a second whip finish knot, and I'll tighten that up. So I've got a wee chunky thorax there. Some of that dubbing's sort of spiky, it looks like legs. I'll cut away my thread. Now I'm going to take my hackle, I'm going to pull up on this nylon loop, and I'll just take this around the nylon. And you need plenty of wraps. You're not getting as many fibres going around the nylon as you are going around a hook or a wing. And every third wrap, I bring the hackle through the loop on one leg. So that's, I've got about 9 turns. I'll come through, and then I'll come through the other side, and that looks good. And you just pull the tag end of the nylon as tight as it will go. I mean, obviously don't break it, but pull it nice and tight. And then you can just come in, trim away your waist. Same at the back here. And then you've a reverse parachute. Excellent fly. Tippet sinks because of the way it hangs in the water, it's hanging from here. It was a very, very good design from Roy. And sadly Roy passed away last year. But his fly is well worth having. So I like to just put a wee spot of varnish, although you don't really need it, right on the centre there, and at the tag end of the nylon, just for a bit of added security. So there you go. I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up below, and I'll see you for another video.